Hello, welcome to the Lilac Tree Tarot and to a general reading for the sign of Cancer. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It's really good to have you here. I'm going to do a general read for Cancer that will cover approximately the next 2 weeks of time. This is a general reading though, so it might not resonate with everyone, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to do like a quick pull of oracle cards first, then we'll get into the tarot, then I'll show you some of the runes that I pulled for you and the astrological dice that I threw as well. Okay, so before we begin, I would just like to let you know that I have consecrated this space with water and fire, and I've suffumigated with some sage tonight. I love the word suffumigated. I just feel so, smart when I say it. But anyway, I've suffumigated the room with sage. And I would like to just say a prayer to set the tone, and then we'll begin, okay? So thank you, God, guardian angels, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Please teach me to have correct knowledge and understanding. Speak your word in my ear and set your wisdom in my heart. Amen. All right. Let's get into it. There's a lot going on, Cancer. We've got the nodes of fate changing. North node moving into Aries, South node moving into Libra. Depending on your personal chart, could be affecting you in oh so many ways, but lots of big changes on the horizon. So let's see what Spirit has to share with us. Let's check out these oracle cards first, real fast. Thank you, Spirit. Please show me the energies for Cancer over the next couple of weeks. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have, Soul Vessel. Soul Vessel. Now, I don't do reversals on these. I just had it upside down. So no worries. It's not that you're not being a soul vessel. It's just I didn't have the cards turned around the right way. So a lot of a feeling of expansion for you, Cancer, a feeling of growth and expansion coming in for you. I kind of really like that. A real connection maybe to nature, really expanding on your spiritual gifts right now, grounding yourself in your spiritual gifts so that you can attain higher levels of insight and ascension. So that's really pretty powerful. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you have for Cancer right now over the next couple weeks? Thank you, Spirit. What do we have for Cancer over the next couple of weeks? Coming apart. How interesting. Coming apart. So, for some of you, there could be a change in your environment. For some of you, this could maybe herald a move. Could be a move. It could be a split in a relationship. It could be a new mutual understanding in some kind of relationship as well. Maybe you're realizing that just going forward the way you have been isn't working, and to get things moving in the right direction, you need to kind of tear things down to rebuild. So let's see, we'll pull some more clarifiers. Thank you, Spirit. What else do you have for Cancer over the next couple of weeks? Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Okay, so there could really be a need to communicate clearly, concisely, directly, leaving nothing ambiguous, making sure that you are clearly expressing your thoughts and desires and your concerns. Let's move into the tarot and see what tarot has to say for Cancer over the next couple weeks. Thank you, Spirit. While I'm shuffling, let me just ask you quickly to hit that like button or to subscribe to the channel. Both of those things really help the channel grow, really help me out a lot. So if you did that, I would love that. Okay, I'm going to put these two cards back, but we did have popping out of the deck the Four of Swords and the Fool. Very interesting. Four of Swords wants to come out, so you know what? I'm just going to leave those here for now. We'll interpret them, in relation to the rest of the spread. But oh, how funny! I love this little Pomeranian dog right there on the Fool. Super cute. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What information do you have for Cancer? Oops, sorry about that. I knocked my coffee cup. I have to have my coffee. I can't do without my coffee. It's, it's not good. Maybe with the nodes moving, I'll be able to cut down on my coffee consumption. All right. It's actually, I don't drink that much coffee, to be honest with you. It's usually 2 cups a day. I just keep it with me, like I sip it throughout the day. It's very strange. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What do you have for Cancer, please? All right. Let's see what we got. We have the King of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, really nice. All right, so there's like a little, kind of dual action stuff happening here. Very interesting. So the King of Wands talks about this real sense of adventure and energy and magnanimity. Is that a word? Magnanimity? I want to say it's a word. If not, it's a word now. The King of Wands is very generous. Okay, so you have the King of Wands here with the Four of Pentacles. So that's pretty interesting to me right here, that combination of cards. So the overall energy for you is this King of Wands, but then you're being asked to be aware of a tendency to be selfish in a way, to hold on to things, to not be generous. So we have the generous card here, and we have the not generous card here. So for some of you, this may be a need to be a little more generous in your dealings with others. For some of you, I'm getting, this is referring to a new business venture. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're starting a new side hustle, maybe you're starting a new position at work. It's going to be different for everyone, right? Of course. But this is talking about the need to not control everything so tightly, like not to micromanage. So if you are falling into a habit of being a micromanager for some reason, you may need to let up a little bit and let other people shine, let other people step up and take responsibility. If you're not starting a new business, that might be, in a family situation, maybe you're trying to control everything, or not necessarily control everything, but you're trying to take the weight of responsibility off of other people's shoulders, and that's a heavy burden that is unnecessary at this time. You're being told to this is your advice position here with the Nine of Swords, and you end the week with the Nine of Pentacles. So we have the 2 9s here. So as we all know, the 9s will take us into the 10s. There's something that you've been worried about, something that's keeping you up at night, something causing a lot of emotional distress. Maybe you're having nightmares. Maybe you're concerned about not being good enough at what you do. But you have this real independent, abundant, capable card coming out, this 9 of Pentacles. So Spirit is telling you that you really are able to pull off whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish over the next couple of weeks, and that you will accomplish this over the next couple of weeks. I'm seeing that 9 of Swords and the 4 of Swords here as a real need to do whatever you can to heal from whatever situation has caused this 9 of Swords energy for you, whatever you are mulling over and obsessing about in your head. It could be a recent breakup, with that coming apart card. You may recently have broken up with somebody or had a fight with a partner, and you're really seeing yourself moving on into a new successful independent stage. With this 9 of Pentacles, she is very independent and strong, and she's generally a single person. So maybe you're holding on to these feelings of, attachment to this relationship that you were in. You may have been in a relationship with a fire sign, the King of Wands. Could be, Aries, Leo, Sag person that you were in a relationship with. But let's pull some more clarifiers and see what else Spirit has to say, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Spirit. Please tell me more about Cancer. Please show me Cancer over the next couple weeks. Please show me Cancer over the next couple of weeks. Please give me clear and accurate messages for Cancer. Keep getting cards popping out, but look, again, it's the Fool popping out for you again, and the Two of Discs. So new energy coming in for you. Brand new start in something or other. It's change. The Two of Discs, that talks about being really busy, and getting a lot done. And it also talks about, generally speaking, like things moving in a positive direction financially. So if you've been worried about finances, that may start to turn for you as well, especially with that Nine of Pentacles. All right, thank you, Spirit. Clear and accurate messages, please, for Cancer. Okay, you have the Five of Wands, the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Look at you getting all this powerful, feminine energy coming in for you. I love it. All right, so you have the Five of Wands underneath the King of Wands. And so, again, that's telling me some kind of conflict, some kind of argument. The Five of Wands is not the end-all, be-all. It's not the end of something. It's just arguments, sparring, things kind of just like not going your way. Conflict, minor annoyances, minor disagreements. But I was feeling pretty heavily like this separation of some sort from this King of Wands. So for some of you, those of you that were in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, I think that maybe you realized that there were just too many things that were incompatible. That the two of you were just not, your future goals, your core belief systems, maybe there were just too many things that just weren't compatible. And so while you're still in a good relationship, you're still on good terms with this person, you realize that it's best to just break it off. This brings in for you a whole bunch of abundance. You have the Empress coming in. So under that Four of Discs, you have the Empress. So she is receptive, and she just lets herself gain abundance by not trying to fight the natural order of things. So you usually see her in a field with, an abundant field with wheat growing and all kinds of things growing, and it looks a bit wild, right? Why does it look wild? That's because she's not trying to control the way her garden grows. And when you don't try to control your garden, you can reap benefits because you're not spraying pesticides. So the moths and butterflies and bees actually can come in and pollinate and create abundance for you, right? She really talks about being receptive as well, allowing others to give to her and accepting emotional support, love, all of the things that really matter. And you have her being followed by the Queen of Swords and then by the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Swords under the Nine of Swords is telling me that maybe you were thinking, trying to decide if you made the right decision or not in ending this relationship. I am feeling it as a romantic relationship, but it really doesn't have to be. It could be a work relationship or business partnership kind of thing. But you're wondering, or you had all these sleepless nights, should I end it, shouldn't I end it? And I think you did end it with that Queen of Swords. She's this card that says, you know what, I'm not receiving enough, I'm giving too much here. I'm not receiving. So I'm going to end this. And I am going to just bask in my fabulousness as, the strong, independent individual that I am. So these are energies, it's not necessarily gender specific, right? But I'm going to use she because there are women on the card, but it's not gender specific. But this really talks about, I'm going to do me. And by doing me, I become even more attractive. I really bring, I bring it, basically. The Queen of Wands is super, I'm trying to get you so you don't see the glare. The Queen of Wands is highly attractive. She's got the sunflower in the card always, and that symbolizes that, she's kind of like radiant like the sun. She draws a lot of attention. She's super sexy. But she also knows who she is, and she follows the sun. Sunflowers follow the sun. So she follows her true identity. The sun talks about who we are. It symbolizes our ego, our identity, how we see ourselves, how we show up in the world, right? It's the hero. We're the hero in our own story kind of way. And so when we're the Queen of Wands, we're really embracing that energy and that strength. And by doing so, we become very attractive to others. We become the sun in other people's worlds, right? So I think that by ending this situation, by calling an end to it, because it's not fulfilling your needs, it's not giving you enough, it's not nurturing enough, that you turn into this Queen of Wands as you embrace your independence. All right, let me pull just a few more cards for you, one more row, see if there's anything else that Spirit would like to share with us, although I feel like that's it, really, for you. But, we do have the Fool there, so there's a whole new adventure coming in for you pretty soon, so I think that's pretty cool. And bring love into the situation, that talks about, to me, with the new moon in Aquarius, it's that level of detachment. So Aquarius is a very compassionate sign, very concerned with humanity and with doing the right thing and doing good for others. But Aquarius can also be detached. They don't get caught up in, they don't give too much of themselves, basically. So I had an old friend tell me once about how they were able to create a nonprofit for battered women because they felt that they were the perfect person for the job, because they were compassionate, they could understand, they were sympathetic, they knew what these women were going through as, in these really terrible situations, and they were able to help them out, but they were able to just not be attached to the emotions. They could, at the end of the day, lock the door on the office and go home and have a normal life and, not think about it in the morning. And that person was an Aquarius. And I always thought, before I knew much about astrology, I was like, wow, I couldn't do that, But Aquarius is really able to elevate and be above the emotional hardship in a way, right? So I feel like this bring love into the situation. Why that whole rant? Why did I go off into that? Well, the reason is because I feel like if you are breaking up from this person or splitting up, that you don't have to do it in a mean or vindictive way. You can really express your love for this person, but say, it's just not working. We just need to end this situation and go our separate ways. Doesn't mean that I think less of you or I don't think you're an awesome person. Wish them well and move on. You both move on to your individual paths, All right, thank you, Spirit. Let me get some more information for Cancer, please. Thank you, Spirit. Clear and accurate messages for Cancer, please. And thank you. All right, Cancer. Cards popping out all over the place again. And that was a Five of Swords talking about that conflict. But, all right. Final message here in this row. All right, Eight of Wands, communication. The Death card, transformation, right there. Endings and beginnings. The Tower. And then the Seven of Cups. Wow. Okay. So I do feel like you're incredibly conflicted about how you're going to communicate this change. And so I'm seeing this on a couple levels. You're conflicted about how to communicate this change, but the Tower is going to come in, and basically what Spirit's telling you is that you don't do it, something's going to happen, and it's going to make the situation happen anyway, right? So if you don't initiate this conversation to change the situation, something's going to happen that's going to make you discuss this anyway. And you have many options, you have many ways to do this, but you're going to have to focus on one goal and then move towards that and discuss it. So also what I'm getting here is it doesn't mean necessarily an ending of this relationship. It could be a new beginning for this relationship if you can communicate what your needs are. You know, the Empress is not afraid to communicate her needs. If you can communicate what it is that you need for this relationship to be successful, then you really may be able to keep the relationship going. And it's, you know, going to be different for everybody. Take it how it resonates for you. But for some of you, I feel like that's the message here. You need to communicate with this other person. Now, if you do end up ending it, I see this Seven of Cups as being an indication that you will have many new options coming in for you, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and then the Seven of Cups. So I feel like you're going to have so many options you won't be able to choose. Please tell me more about the Seven of Cups. Let me just get one more clarifier for you on the Seven of Cups. Why the Seven of Cups, please, Spirit? Thank you. Why the Seven of Cups? Yeah, the Empress again. Okay, so just, you know, the same old message. But I feel like repeating cards, I mean, when I get repeating cards, I like it because that tells me that the message is right on. We got it. So again, the Empress. So the Empress really is a reminder for you to really consider what it is that you need to make you whole, happy. What do you need to feel loved? Now, the Empress is associated with the sign of Venus. And so you may want to look and see what's going on with Venus in your chart. We are moving into Venus retrograde. So for some of you, I do feel like this may be a past situation that comes up again, and you may need to just have this conversation. This is definitely not going to apply to everyone, but for some of you, this may be a past relationship that, like, this person comes back into your life and then wants to create a new relationship, and you've moved on, you know. But anyway, take it how it resonates. All right, I am going to go over, I wanted to show you the runes that I drew for you before I forget. So let's see, we pulled for you, the first rune that we pulled for you was the rune of Berkana. I'm going to hold it up to see if you can see that. I know they're really small, but you might want to Google these and then see if the messages kind of resonate with you. But the rune of Berkana talks about plenty, new beginnings. It's a goddess rune. So it's really connecting to me with the Empress right there. That's pretty interesting. We also have the rune of, what is this rune? Jera. Can't like hold it right there. Jera, which is harvest, cycles, results. So we were talking about harvest, you know, earlier with that Empress card, and it's kind of like seeing the results of your hard work, which I think is really pretty cool, actually. It reminds me of that Nine of Discs card. It's whatever gain that you've received, it's due to your own work. It's not something that's handed to you. It's gain that you receive from doing a good job. And then you also have this rune, the rune of Nathiz. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but this talks about self-reliance, which is, again, you know, connected to that Nine of Discs card. So very much a Nine of Discs feel for you with the runes. So that's interesting. So you might want to look those up. And then for the dice, you got Jupiter in Capricorn in the third house. The third house talking about the need to communicate. The third house represents family that's not really family, like people that you consider your soul tribe, your family members, your community. It's the house of communication, How do you talk to people? How do you communicate with others? And it's also, my astrology teacher likes to talk about it as the house of, one of my astrology teachers, I should say, likes to talk about it as the house of, like, your neighborhood. What's in your neighborhood? What do you do from day to day? So Jupiter in Capricorn would talk about a lot of expansive energy, a lot of things getting more active, bigger. And Capricorn, though, is a sign of, like, doing things by the book, following the rules. So maybe when you have these discussions, again, you really consider, as we were talking about, bringing love into the situation, that you keep everything elevated and speak from a heart-centered place and try to keep the peace. Okay? All right, I'm going to pull a couple of, well, just one, not a couple. I'm going to pull some final words of wisdom for you from Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. I love this deck. It is my favorite deck. I shouldn't play favorites, should I? No, but it's my favorite Oracle deck. No offense to the other fabulous Oracle decks. But I just love this deck, and I think that the descriptions of the cards are really powerful, and they're almost deceivingly simple. And so the simpler, the more powerful in my book. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What parting words of wisdom do you have for Cancer, please? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. What parting words of wisdom do you have for Cancer? Oh. All right. Well, that makes me want to pull two, so I'm going to have to pull two. All right, so we're pulling this one, which is be in service. Very nice. Be in service and keep your dreams alive. All right. I think both of those cards are pretty self-explanatory, but let's read from the book, because I did promise you I would read the description from the book, but I'm not going to read both of them. We'll just read 25. I feel like be in service is very self-explanatory. This talks about doing good for others, giving from the heart, giving back. And I don't think you have a hard time doing that, Cancer. You're a very caring sign. So let's talk about number 25, keep your dreams alive. Okay, start to identify plans and actions that will lead you to achieve your dreams and goals. Your dreams can become your reality. This is a time when you need to be able to apply detailed planning in order to manifest your dreams and realize your goals. You need to remain focused on the practical side of things. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. It is easy to be distracted by more ideas and concepts. Keep focused on what is realistic and achievable. Your common sense and pragmatic approach will lead you to a solution that actually works. Begin taking steps that will bring you closer to your dreams. All right, I like those little parting words of wisdom for you, Cancer. Very nice. All right, I hope you found this helpful, interesting, fun, all that good stuff. If you did, if you could click that like button for me, that would really help me out, really help the channel grow. And if you're so inclined, I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel, and that should give you notifications when I upload new videos. All right, Cancer, enjoy the next couple of weeks, and I will catch you next time.